What's going on, everyone? It's my back again, and Everton have just drew 2-2 with Spurs at Goodison Park. A game that Everton, it's tough really because the passion and the fight was there. At times the quality wasn't quite. The drive and determination was there, but at times the final pass wasn't quite there. Spurs were okay, but I didn't think they were brilliant. Richarlison was a handful, scored a couple of good goals, didn't celebrate, so appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, it was a performance that we've needed. You know, we go and get that 0-0 at Fulham, a game that you could argue could have gone either way, but Everton definitely had, say, 2 or 3 good chances at the end of that game. And, you know, to be 2-1 down coming out of the second half, I did kind of think that Everton would step on and maybe get that equaliser, but it took a long time. The first half was a little bit disjointed. I was concerned at the start about Tarkowski. He seemed to be making really silly mistakes. Pickford would make an extra touch when he was clearing the ball, which again concerns me. But, you know, Everton did have moments. Calvert-Lewin had a header fairly early on, but they scored fairly early on, which really didn't help. You know, yet again, it's another early goal conceded at Goodison Park. You know, it's a bit of a trait that's becoming. We seem to be conceding early. We conceded early against Manchester United. We conceded against Spurs, and it knocks you. It knocks you, and you did see it. You know, the ball. It's played around the Everton box. It goes across. There's a run down the line. Richarlison, it's a great finish. The ball is pulled back. Richarlison. I don't remember Richarlison playing like that at Everton. He scores a lovely goal. He doesn't celebrate. Makes it 1-0. And I'm sitting there thinking, is this going to be a typical game against Spurs that Everton have? But no, we come back into it, and I was really impressed by players like Idrissa Gana Gueye. You know, I think he was on a flight literally 26 hours ago, and he plays like that today. Arguably a man of the match performance. Ben Godfrey, I thought he was outstanding today. Again, makes one of those, you know, them long busting, darting challenges to get the ball and flick it away for a corner from Timo Werner. But I thought we were better in midfield. I know it sounds weird, but I did think we were better in midfield. I was worried about Garner at the start of the game. But actually he did really well, and actually he turned in the second half and was playing more forward balls, and it looked like an all-round complete performance from him. Really, really happy in that sense. And then, you know, we stepped up. I thought Calvert-Lewin played better. You know, whether he gets that goal or not, I know it's been awarded to Harrison, but, you know, he worked hard today. The one thing I would say I've noticed about Lewin, and I don't know whether it's all of the injuries and the hamstring and whatever, but he doesn't seem as quick as he used to be. Like, I was watching him in a sort of a leg race with Van der Ven, and I don't know whether it's because he's just rapid, but Calvert-Lewin just didn't seem quite as it's the agility at top speed. I've no doubt Calvert-Lewin is quick, but it's that initial burst, and I just but I thought the whole Everton team on the whole played well. There was a few players that I thought had dodgy moments, but you're playing a very good Spurs side. You're playing a Spurs side that can move the ball from right to left. They've got quality down either flank. You know, they've got fullbacks that are essentially as good as any winger in the league, really. You know, in Porro, who can beat a man, can shoot, can take someone on, can defend. You've got HOODIE at the other side, who can do exactly the same. So I thought it was a challenge to contain them. But yeah, I think Ben Godfrey at right back, he was getting forward as well. Yeah, I am happy with it. That was the first half, really, and the Everton goal was quite simple. You know, the ball, it's a free kick, or is it corner? Sorry, corner. Ball comes in. We've got players on the goalkeeper. Harrison sort of makes himself a bit of a pain in the arse, and it essentially takes a ricochet, and Calvert-Lewin nods it off Harrison's knee and it goes in. But yeah, that was great. And then the second goal for Spurs, it's a lovely finish from Richarlison. Maddison, good feet. He shifts his way and he just rolls the ball about 2 yards to Richarlison, and he scores. It's a screamer, really. It's pinpoint, it's perfect. Pickford's nowhere near it, and it's a great goal, and that made it 2-1. And yeah, look, I was worried, but we battled to the end, you know. Ball coming into the box. You've got Jared Branthwaite and Tarkowski close enough to the ball. It bounces off, I think it's Romero's head. I think he tries to head it. It flicks backwards and Branthwaite just nods it in, makes it 2-2. And it's fully deserved. You know, there was, Pickford made some good saves, but so did Vicario, whatever his name is. He made some really good saves as well. There was one on the line in particular where it looked, I think it's Louis. He gets a header. And he saves it, and then he manages to flick it away with his feet. Really, really, really good. Yeah, I mean, I was speaking to John during the game. We text each other, and we said things about like substitutions at like 6.5 minutes, 63 minutes, and Spurs, I think, had brought on a couple of players. And I said, look, we could do with bringing on some players. We seemed a bit flat. And as soon as we started making substitutions, we weren't flat again. We were on the front foot again. We were trying to play forward. I thought McNeil, certainly in the first half, did fairly well. It was a better performance from McNeil. I was happy with it. I thought Harrison was a problem all game. I was really impressed by Ashley Young. Bearing in mind, I think Marwan Fellaini's retired today at 36, and Young, I think, is older. He just worked his socks off all game. And there was a little bit of skill there. There was a little bit of quality. There was a few deliveries into the box. When you're up against a left back in HOODIE or HOODIE or whatever his name is, you are gonna struggle because he's physically strong. He's quicker. And again, as I'm talking, these wing backs now, they're almost designed to be like a secondary winger. That's why you see Trent Alexander-Arnold being so good going forward, because fundamentally he's a winger playing out of position. And you see these players being really, really good at carrying the ball. It's gone of the days where you'd have players like Gary Neville and Tony Hibbett and, these players where their number one thing was either to provide an overlap for a winger or defend. These guys legitimately are as good as wingers, and I felt like Ashley Young did really well today. He brings on Schmidt at 75 minutes. I text John saying Dobbin ? Because I sort of didn't understand why he didn't bring on Dobbin first, but I understand what he was trying to do. He was trying to use the pace of Schmidt through the back line, and that is something me and John have spoken about. If this kid is quick, let's get him in the middle. Let's get through balls to him. But Van der Ven is, he's outstanding. I'd go as far as saying, and there'll be Liverpool fans, there'll be Arsenal fans that won't agree with this statement, but I'd go as far as saying he's the best centre half, as composed and quick and can tackle I've seen in a long time. He is a very complete footballer, and he was difficult to play against today. We couldn't get through him, and that was why set pieces were so important for Everton today, and we did utilise them, and we could have probably scored more. Spurs will think they could have scored more as well, and that's why I think a draw is fair. Now, I didn't go to the game today. Various reasons, but I didn't go. As you probably noticed, I looked fairly tired, and so yeah, some stuff going on. So I didn't go to the game. So I watched it, and it means that you can have a almost holistic view without getting the emotion involved. If I was at the game today, I'd have been raging at the referee. I'd have been absolutely losing my fruit and barley at him. You know, some of his decisions, some of the tackles. But I actually didn't think he had too bad a game today. I, I watched it. There was a few fouls that were given that probably didn't need to be. The yellow card and Dobbin, it's not a yellow card. It clearly wins the ball. It's a good tackle. There's no way that's a yellow card. There's no way it's a foul. But, the penalty shouts, I didn't think there was enough in them. And I know what I'm saying almost contradicts the PGML and VAR process now, because decisions that are really soft are given. So if you use that metric, then maybe some of these decisions should be penalties or free kicks. But I still believe that football is a contact sport, and contact should be given. I didn't think anything really was warranted today, apart from I don't think the Dobbin yellow card was a yellow card. I think he got most of the things right. And John will disagree, absolutely, and most of you guys will disagree, and that's fair enough. It's just opinion, but I like a game of football where you're in a game of football. I like a game of football where it's aggressive and it's heated, and I think players like Maddison go down too easy, but then Ben Godfrey goes down from Richarlison and he's not even touched. So I can't sit here and go mad at one thing when our own players going down without getting touched. And actually, to be fair, from Ben, that was a bit embarrassing. It was embarrassing because I didn't see the need for it. But yeah, look, all in all, I'm really happy with the Everton performance. Man of the match, I'm going to give it to Larissa Garnagay for two reasons. Look, I know there was moments in this game where he looked out of shape and he wasn't quite in the zone. But this guy has just flown 26 hours ago. He's had a bit of a rest and he's come straight into this team, and he put in a good performance. So I've decided, based on all of those reasons, I give him man of the match. You could give it to Branthwaite, but I don't think Tarkowski and Branthwaite were close enough on Richarlison's first goal. You could give it to Ben Godfrey, but I don't think he stopped the cross enough for his first goal. And I don't think the midfield, apart from Garner, did very much, especially James Garner, did enough to stop Richarlison's second goal, which then leaves the forwards. And I didn't think any of them were horrendous or brilliant. I thought they had good games. So for the other reasons, I do decide to give Larissa Garnagay the man of the match. So look, there will be a debrief show tomorrow, most likely. John will be back on to give you his thoughts and opinions from the game. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you soon, guys. Peace.